evening everyone. Tracie Fox has a challenge in group at the moment, and it's to do a positive tag. Now you can or you cannot, it's up to you, use the two freebies that she's giving you. Now this is the first one, and it's got this gorgeous green and yellow effect going on, and you've got three little tags at the top here. Be a potential, make someone smile, I am enough, with little words in the corner. And the other one is the same, but it's got the pinky tones. So you've got these lovely pinky earth colours going on that one, with the teal coming through in the tags. So what I've done so far is I've literally cut a load out and stuck them onto bits of different card that I've had, bits of packaging and bits of file folder and things like that, just to sort of give them a basis, you know, something that makes them a bit thicker, because I print on 160 GSM. And I'm going to have a craft along. I've cut out some images out of some books, some plant images and some birds, and I thought I would just do it with you to show you how easy it is to build up a tag. I'm not going into lots of lace and clusters. I'm going to do that later on in the series that I'm doing. But I just thought you might like to see how easy it is to build up one of these tags, and hopefully you'll go into group and get the freebie and join in. The thing is, you don't have to use this background. If you haven't got a printer or somebody who can print these off, you can use your own papers. You know, just stick down, you know, book papers that you have, you know, if you've got a pad of pretty papers or something like that. But, and of course the words, now what I did, I went onto my computer and I opened Word, and I just thought of some different words that will make you think about positivity and how you feel and things like that. And I just typed them out. These are 26 high, or 24, 26. And I used the elephant font on these because I thought it was quite a nice font. And it's so easy just to print these off if you've got a printer. If you haven't, you can use stamps. You know, whatever you have that's at hand, use that to make your tags. So I'm just gonna split these up into colour families a bit, so I know where I'm going. I kind of went a bit nuts. I've got another pile here as well. You know, this is how bad it got. You know, I've got, you know, I kind of like went a bit nuts. Now, the simplest of all how to make a tag is if you take, say, the little ones. Let's go with the wee ones first. And you can just literally take the other tags that Tracie's made and put them on top. This is how easy it is to make a tag. So, I mean, you can leave it there if you want to. Now, what I thought I would do is I would add some wording into it, some of Tracie's wording. I actually was playing around with the speckled egg distress oxide to see whether that would give a different feel, or whether to use just with it on the card at the back. You know, I've made sort of different colours, and this is just a piece of old packaging. You know, I've just turned it around and used the grey from the back of the packaging. Because obviously, depending on the colour of the background would depend on what will actually marry up with it. I mean, that actually goes really well, doesn't it? That's quite a nice one. I found putting the green on didn't actually work very well, you know, actually distressing. And I didn't like the brown at all. It was too dark. But that would make a lovely tag as well. So simple and so easy to do. What have I got here? Actually, I've just noticed these are both make someone smile. I must have picked them up together. You got this. You see how simple that would be to make a lovely tag. And all you need to do is make one tag. I won't be entering the competition, obviously, the challenge, because I'm on Tracie's design team. But once you've made a tag, you put the tag into the event on the page. All you do is you go to the top of the group, and you'll have all the different little boxes with what's there. Click on events, and it's the first event there. And then Tracie uses, you know, the number ones to find out, you know, the automatic ones. And she will pick somebody from the automatic finder, you know, comment finder. and then you get a chance to win one of Tracie's kits. You choose which kit you want, and as you know, I absolutely love Tracie's kits. She has some beautiful kits out there, she really does. And it's funny, some of them you see are being used over and over again in different things. I was watching Victoria Minksy the other day, and she was using one that she'd done with Andrea from Artie Maze, and they are such lovely kits. The collaboration ones are beautiful. You've got fabrication, and that's the ones with all the tags in that we did last year, where we did the month of making tags. And that is a lovely one to have, it really is. And there's so much potential in that. And of course, Tracie's just brought out all the lovely tea cards at the moment. She's got, you know, all those tea cards that she's just brought out. And she does some beautiful botanicals. Absolutely amazing. Look at it this way. It'll take you a long time to go through her Etsy store to make a choice, I think, if you want, to see which kit you'd really love. So that's two very, very quick, simple ones there. And these can just be done by cutting out the kit itself. I actually like that on that bit of grey packaging. It was, I got some storage bags and it's the back of that. That's what I've used. I actually really like them. I think they are really good. Right, I'll pop them over there. Now, I've got some birds under here that I've cut out. Yeah, here he is. He's with that one. They go in one group, and then I think these ones go in another group, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Am I right, or was it that one that goes with that one? No, that one goes with that one, and that one goes with that one. Can't remember. See, I've cut them out that long. Only this morning, but you know, when your brain goes, it goes, doesn't it? That is definitely that one, because that's that bird there, isn't it? And looking at that with the collar around it, that's that one. And him with the belly is this one. So that one must be that one or a different one. Oh gosh, how daft, isn't it? Right, let's get a great big one in. Should we have a big tag? I think I'm going to start with these. I loved these the moment I cut them out. You know, I saw them and I thought I just loved that splash of orange. I'm going to have to cut a little bit off when I stick them on. Just this bit of rock here and a bit of the tail feathers. But I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. And you've got the birds flying. Whoops, stuck into my finger. And I've got some words here. I've got fly high. And spread your wings, or breathe. I think breathe would be a nice one on those, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to tear them down. I like torn out words. I think breathe would be really lovely on this one. I'm doing a Tina. I love watching Tina rip and tear her paper. She's just got such a knack now, you know, from Shabby Dabby Doodah. How about that? Breathe. Yeah, I like that. So where's my... I'm going to put a tiny little bit of this green on it just to... Or shall I go for the brown? No, actually I'll go for the brown. I've got a thing about the speckled egg, and I have to keep using it on everything, otherwise everything's going to be green this year. Mind you, green's a nice colour. I'm not saying it's not. How about that? Breathe. There. And let's just distress around our little birdies flying. I am amazed at the volume of challenges that are on YouTube this year. I'm absolutely gobsmacked at them. Roxy's doing them. Roxy Creations. Oh, Rachel. Then we've got Anne's doing the sewing ones, sewing tags, slow stitching, which I think is absolutely wonderful. and Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah's doing challenges. There's just so many challenges out there. Now, while I think about it, Paula has a YouTube channel, which I know a lot of you know about, but she's just started working with, oh gosh, what's the company where they sell the, I'll come back to that, it's gone right out of my head. Stampin' Up. Should remember Stampin' Up, because everybody wants their whale tail punches, don't they, that are no longer available. She's just literally just put her videos out about 2 or 3 days ago. So if you are over the pond, you might like to check her out. If you'd like to sort of buy Stampin' Up stuff, because I know with Stampin' Up they can only provide you in that area that you're in, you know, like America to America, you know, they couldn't send them over to Britain for some reason, which I think is a bit strange. I think it's a bit like Avon, you have to stick to your area that you're in. But she's done some lovely videos already. There were 4 up this morning that I saw. She was playing with her teacups this morning, now Paula. Paula Bynum is what you will know her as. And she's been around on YouTube for quite some time now. She's a lovely lady. And she's in Tracie's group as well. And she sort of started doing the videos about the same sort of time as Gail did. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. I must keep putting my lid on because it's going to jam up. Let's get a pair of scissors and just chop that little bit down there. Oh no, I've cut his feathers off. What do you think? I think that's a nice tag, isn't it? I'm going to cut a bit of this off. I go through phases. Sometimes I leave the thready bits and sometimes they all go in the bucket. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I really like that. I love the colouring on that bird. I really do. So let me have a look at the other one. I think that needs to go on a green tag too. I really do. I don't think the pink would do that much justice. Now, how big is this birdie? Yeah. I measure them because otherwise, because I don't think some of these you can actually. I'll leave that for now. You can go with another bird. I think that would be quite nice. Keep it simple, that one. And I'll use these on something else. They can go together on another one. Yeah, I do. I like that. Let's see what else we've got. What about Fly High? I think Fly High would be quite nice, wouldn't it? If you want this little thing that I've typed up on Word, if you just email me, I'll pop the Word over to you. You can have it and you can print it off. There, Fly High. Gosh, it's suddenly gone quiet downstairs. It's like, you know, when you've been, say, to a concert. I don't know if you've ever been to a concert. And you come out and your ears are ringing, aren't they? Because, you know, and everything, you've had that really loud music in your ears. Mind you, I mean, in the 70s, they didn't have any law on how loud it could be. But my ears are a bit like that because they've been so noisy this afternoon. You'd think they were having a children's party downstairs. And they did the same yesterday. And poor Jodie, she's pulling her hair out. She's only got, you know, like the 3 boys. But then Jamie's come as well on different days. And my goodness, you'd think they got the whole school in there. Oh gosh. I was looking for work for them the other day, you know, online printables, to help them with maths and English. It's so sad that so many places you can do 1 or 2 downloads and then they charge you a subscription. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying a subscription. Because all the kids here have now got the remote learning set up. So they're all remote learning now. And they have their own timetables, and you know the timetables will say, well, right, well, you've got to be in class, say, from 1 till 3 on Monday. So that's your remote learning time, and then there'll be other times that they have to be in, you know, and this is the way that they're all learning here, which I think is lovely. Yeah, I like that one too. Let's do a botanical, I think. But you can see how quick it is to just put a tag together. I wasn't looking at the well, I was looking at the colours of what I was cutting out, but I wasn't looking at the colours of, you know, trying to marry things up. I just thought, I'm going to get that size tag this time. I just got a load of different botanicals. I'll show you botanicals first. I just cut out some botanicals. Now, obviously, that's got blue and yellow in it, and I knew I had blue and yellow. And I also knew I had the pink. And I'm hoping that I might be able to get some of these to double up. Yeah, that would go in as a double tag, wouldn't it? Let me just move some of these down. Let's find one that will match up with that one. Is that the one that matches up with that one? Yeah, it's got too much yellow on it. Let's try that one. That's the same size. That's no good. What have I got over here? Ah, that's blue and green. No, I'm going to have to use that one with like that, but that comes up too close. No, I think I've run out of the big ones. I think I've used too many of those. So that green one would have to be just like that. Let's try this one. Will that fit on? Ooh, just. Now, if you're not sure about putting colours together, this is something I think a lot of people have problems with, is colours, putting colours together. You can get a colour wheel. They're everywhere. You know, you can print one off, you can look at one on the internet or whatever. And when you've got a colour wheel, it has the 3 primary colours, and then it splits it into the colours that they make. So say you've got the red and blue together. Obviously the red and blue make purple. We all know we did this at school. If you want to keep colours of the same together, it is easier to marry them up and make them look nice. If you use colours from the opposite side of the circle, it can sometimes clash. You know, I mean, they say red and green should never be seen. And yet, you think at Christmas, we all have red and green everywhere. It's the colour of the season, isn't it? But it depends on the red and the green that you're using. But go simple. Don't try to add too much onto these first tags. We'll build up and do more with all the lace on and layers later. This is about keeping it simple at the moment, because they're not vintage tags. They're not tags for a vintage journal. They are for a challenge. So try and keep it simple. When you look at the tags, if you look at this one, you can see it's got a bit of orange in it and some green and some yellow. So you'd look for images with that in. This side, you can go from neutral colours, which I've got here, or you can look for something with a bit of pink, blue in there, or there's a bit of mauve running through there. So try and keep it as simple as you can. And I've got that lovely Believe there that I cut out and I backed. I've got a load more around here somewhere as well. Yeah. Yeah, now that one I actually put some of the green on. Will that sit right on there, or do I need one without the green? Can you see how much that pops without having the distress ink on it? You see, you don't always need distress ink. Now look at it now. It fades back, doesn't it? Now the same is with this one. Now this one here, it had the cream on the back. Now that's a bit brighter, come up towards you. But when you put this one down, look at how clean that looks and the difference. Now this isn't a vintage tag. Now if you're going for vintage, you know, if you're going for vintage with all vintage lace and everything else, you might want to then put the brown round it and grunge it up and what have you. But think about what you want to be seen. It's like when an artist does a picture. There will be a focal point, something that is going to draw your eye. And in this, we do want the positive to be seen, because that's what these are. These are tags for positivity and to make you feel good, and, you know, things that really lift you up. It was funny today because I was thinking of a song today that I've loved for many, many years, I Believe. And it always lifts me up, always makes me feel so positive, you know, particularly when we've got what we've got going on in the world at the moment. And I know everybody has lovely memories through songs. Maybe it's the first time you met somebody special, you know, maybe you've got a dance that you danced to with your husband or your boyfriend, and it brings back special memories. So I think music is very important in making you feel good. And stories. I mean, I tell a lot of stories, as you all know. I love telling my stories. But I was talking to Zern today. I just love listening to Audible. You know, it just makes my day, just sitting there on Audible, listening to stories. You know, so many people, they watch all the stuff on Netflix and Sky and goodness knows what else. You don't really need to do that. Sometimes it's good to have a good book, or to listen to somebody else reading a book if you're, you know, like me, you want to craft at the same time. And it brings so much pleasure. I like all the old movies. You know, I think I've said it before. I actually met Bing Crosby many years ago at Goodwood and people like that. And I just love those type of movies because they're full of hope, aren't they? Nowadays, it's shoot your head off time. I used to have a boyfriend years ago, oh my days, and he would insist on going to sleep with the TV on, and it'd be Steven Seagal. Now, if you know who Steven Seagal is, you'd know that you're lying there and you're asleep, and then somebody comes to bed, and suddenly there's a big bang, and you're shot out of bed. No, I don't like those type of movies. I like peace and calm and quiet. Oh dear, no thought. Oh dear, there, positive. Yeah, I really am enjoying this. This is really real fun. I'm absolutely loving doing this today. Well, I've done 6 already. I should have timed myself and put in for, you know, the Roxy challenge of 45 minutes. No, not Roxy, it's doing. Yes, it is Roxy, Rachel, that's doing the 45-minute challenge. There's that many challenges out there, I'm getting lost. And the other bit of news I've got, Cara Brandon, bless her sweetheart, she's going to be doing the, you know what we did at Christmas, the 12 days of, with the elves? She's going to be doing exactly the same, but for Valentine's. So she'll have her printables, and we will be doing craft along, you know, do what we did before. That's too big for that, isn't it? Too big, come off. So she'll be doing printables for us to create with, and we'll be making things like we did then, which I think will be so much fun. Valentine's isn't as big over here in the UK. I think it's something, you know, the women tend to do. It used to be big very many years ago, and I can remember a friend of mine who used to do their books for them, and they had a florist in Salford. And it was their biggest selling time of year. You know, and Mother's Day was the other one, obviously. And they used to do so well at this time of year. But I think it's kind of, it's not as popular, is it, anymore as it used to be. But it seems to be, in America, it seems to really, really be popular over there. What we're going to do, spread your wings. Imagine it. And what about just wish? Wish for something. No, I'm going to go with the spread your wings, I think. I can cut him up and stick him on separate, can't I? Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to know whether you still celebrate Valentine's or not. I mean, I can remember I used to work for a trade union. It used to be called the Banking, Insurance and Finance Union. Bifu was what used to answer, you know, when they used to phone you up on the phone, that's what you used to say. And then it became, what did it change to? NUBI, National Union of something, I can't remember, it's such a long time since I did it. But at the back of us was Sandown Racecourse. The house backed onto Sandown Racecourse. But in the bit that would be the back garden, there was an electricity place. That's where the national, you know, where they fenced it off, and you've got the generators and that in there, you know, and that's where the electricity company go to check the area was electricity and what have you. And there was a guy in there, I think he was Italian if I remember correctly, and he just had a thing about me. Well, I suddenly hear all this commotion going on outside, and I'm, what on earth's going on? And he's made this huge piece of card, and he's drawn the Lovey's little dolly on it, you know, the little girl, and he's taped some freesias in her hand and brought this in. I cannot honestly tell you what the words were. I really can't, honestly can't. It's too long ago. But I can remember him coming in with this. Now, he was not on my wish list at all, trust me. I was not, you know, not even on the radar on that one. I didn't even know he'd actually, you know, got me in his eyesight, you know, because obviously the vans used to just come in and out. You didn't really see them. So that was quite a gobsmack. I think my friends got more of a giggle, and you know, everybody working in the union than I did that day. So I'd love to know if you've had any funny stories about Valentine's, and whether, you know, you've got a bit of a surprise or a shock like I did that day. Oh dear. And the other one I'd love to know is if anybody's ever proposed on Valentine's Day. Gosh. I think that would really, really be so nerve-wracking. You know, I don't know how the men do it. I mean, usually the men, you know, they've got their socks under the table, and, you know, you're already doing their washing, cleaning, ironing nowadays before they ask you to marry them, don't they? But, oh, gosh, I don't know how the women do that, you know, on the leap year. Get this bit of glue going. Well, my glue's behaving today, so that's really good. I do like this Nouveau glue because it sticks so fast. It's even better than the art glitter glue. It really is. I used to use the art glitter glue for years, and that was because of Dawn Bibby. Whoops. So how far is this stringy bit going? That's okay. Let's cut you off. That's the doggies barking downstairs. We've got 3 of them down there, little monkeys. Right, so there we go. So I've made some really nice tags in a very quick time. It's not taking long at all to do these. So if you've never done tags before, have a go. I say it's quite, just find something little and simple. Don't go for lots and lots of layers at first. Just try and keep it simple. Find an image, cut it out. Don't really fussy cut it down, you know, like we do over here, but leave a gap around it. You know, it doesn't matter if you've got all these bits in the middle. And have a go, because I think you will really enjoy this. It's so relaxing. You do not need to sew round your tags. It's just something that I do all the time. If you haven't got a sewing machine, we all know the ways of getting around that. You take a black fine marker, if you want the sewing effect, and you literally draw lines like this. And that will give you the sewing effect around your tag. Or there are stamps out there that you can use as well. Linda Israel has 2 sets of stamps, and the one I like the most is Shabby Stitches, and it's got 4 lots of different sewn themes, stamps in it. And that also you can stamp round, and that will give you a really lovely effect as well. And then, so there's 3 there, and then we've done these 2 as well. That's 5. And what have we got here? And then another couple of these which need the trimmings taken off because they're looking like they need their hair cut. And there's 2 more. So do go and have a go. Obviously, it's only one that you're making. You're only making 1 tag. I've just done these to give you a bit of idea of what you can do, how quickly you can make a tag, pop it into events, and you're in the draw, and you can win one of Tracie's fabulous kits, which, as you know, I just love all of Tracie's stuff. I really do. If you can actually see my table at the moment, I've got her wallpaper sample kit on one side. I've got the wallpaper tags, and I've got the day book out. I've got a tin. I've just cut a load of labels out for her, and I've got the all the new tea cards. So no, I don't really like Tracie's gifts. Have a lovely Sunday tomorrow, everybody. Because by the time this gets up and I actually get it in the group, it'll be Sunday morning. Have a lovely day. I hope if the weather is snowing, or as Kerry told me, where she is in Australia, they've had hailstones. So I hope the weather's okay, because, you know, you expect the other side of the globe when we're in snow that they've got sun and they're on the beach. So have an amazing day, everybody. Love and blessings to all of you. And thank you for coming and having a watch and a blether and a mess about. I've had great fun.